Hey everyone, how's it going? It's IK Edits here today, and today it's ranting time because today I'm doing a rant on Pixar's 2011 animated film Cars 2, which was written by John Lasseter and released on the 22nd of July in the UK and on June 24th in the US. So the plot of Cars 2 is race car Lightning McQueen and his tow truck buddy Mater have had their fair share of adventures together, but nothing like this and what they experience when they head overseas for the first ever World Grand Prix. While Lightning has his eye on the road to the championship, Mater takes a detour on an international e-sponge when he meets a British master spy, Finn McMissile, and stunning spy in training, Holly Shiftwell. And this adventure, Mater and the agents must go undercover to stop an assassin and a syndicate which could affect the World Grand Prix. Okay, so now, what do I think of this film? I think it's easily one of the worst Pixar films ever made, and it's also a sequel that nobody really asked for in the first place. I thought Cars 1 actually ended on a pretty good note that there wasn't really much more you could tell. I feel like Cars 1 just worked so fine as a standalone film that making a sequel was just so unnecessary. But of course, Cars 1 did do very well in the box office and did very well in toy sales. So of course Pixar would definitely make a sequel, because why wouldn't they? And another issue I have with this film is that this movie doesn't even focus on Lightning McQueen at all, and instead has Mater. Like, the entire film was all about Mater going on this James Bond adventure-looking film. Now Mater in the first Cars film, I'll admit, he actually wasn't really a bad character. He wasn't annoying or anything. His humor was actually good, and you actually understood him. But meanwhile, in this movie, I don't know, dude. He was just not very good. He was annoying. His humor was awful. His jokes didn't even land. He was really just such a bad choice for a main character of a second installment. And the story was also just awful and had such a bad premise. And Sir Axelrod, who was the villain, didn't really like him at all. And Finn, I mean, he was really just a boring supporting character, along with Holly. I mean, like, this was easily Pixar's biggest mistake they ever released. That they even hate this film themselves. Man, to be honest, every time I just watch this film, I'm just like, wow. It's honestly hard to believe that Pixar actually made a film like this. Especially when they're the people who made Toy Story, Monsters Inc., all that kind of shit. It's honestly kind of a shame how they actually released this absolute clusterfuck. Now, is there anything in this movie that I think is good? Yeah, maybe a few things I like. Maybe the animation. The animation definitely doesn't look dated in this film. And the race scenes, the soundtrack, and the action scenes, there are actually some things I feel like this movie did do right. But I mean, the movie still sucks, alright? It still isn't a good movie. I still hate this movie. And it's a movie that shouldn't exist at all. Just an absolute disaster. And yeah, Pixar, just why? Why would you do this, Pixar? Just don't. Yeah. So overall, yeah, I hate this movie, and it's a movie that just shouldn't exist, and the worst sequel ever made, and it's also the worst movie of 2011. So anyways, everyone, that's all for this rant today. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.